Welcome back, everybody. Isabella Carn'age here, and we are about to hop back into the Dollmaker with part 2. For those of you who have not seen the first one, please go back and watch it, or just watch this very quick recap of everything that had happened.
He put say check on the table, and I realized that he was paying me.
I take it that was too fast. Well, either way, just go back and watch the other one, and please enjoy the second part of the Dollmaker. Over a week has passed since I went into the basement and made Nemeia. I feel like a piece of me was awakened when I made her, and watching her not in the store anymore made me feel hollow. I've been looking into the books I found in the basement, and it seems as they detail different creations in anatomy. From animals to people to things I don't understand. I don't know why she would have these things in her basement, but I feel closer to her. Like I'm slowly peeling back more about what she hid from me. There is still the object in the corner. I never unwrapped it. The object scratches at the back of my mind. I don't know what it could be, since it stands about 5 foot tall and about 1.5 feet wide. I don't know why it is important, but my mother did leave it to me for a reason. I put the locks of Vinny's hair in a tiny vial on a necklace around my neck. I don't know why I did it. I feel it is weird and morbid, but I feel a warmth when I hold it, like a pleasant notion I haven't felt since I held her. The door opens upstairs and I hear a familiar voice calling my name. I panic and run up the stairs to the front. I see Mr. Zaris Lamorne is holding Vinny in his arms and is approaching the front desk. "What happened to her?" I say as I look at her body. Some of the skin looks discolored and some of the bones look broken. I immediately go and take her off his hands. "Wait right here," I say as I take her downstairs. I set her down on the table and examine her closely. Her skin coloration looks slightly purple and blue around the left eye and upper arm. While checking for other blemishes, I notice another bruise around the ankle. I check the bones I made under the skin around the area, and some of them have fractures in the material that seem minor and don't need replacement. Her ankle, on the other hand, needs a new joint, and I'll have to specially handcraft that. I apply the ointments on the blemished skin, causing it to soften. As I do, the bruises in the area seem to diminish. While I don't understand how this is happening, I do know she'll need to stay overnight to fix the ankle. I walk upstairs and approach Mr. Zaris. "She'll be fine. I need to fix her ankle, which will take a day. What happened?"
"She fell down the stairs of our manor."
He manages to say with a straight face. "She fell. Does she do a lot of walking around the manor?" I say with facial expressions hiding the anger. Why am I so angry? I may need more time than a day to take care of her skin and ankle, as well as materials for her bones. Making her bones more dense will take time. While I am lying that I don't have the materials, he seems to believe it.
"Whatever. Repair her and I will pay it."
Something is different about him now than when we first met. He storms out and slams the door. I lock the door and switch the sign to closed, although I haven't had many customers anyway. I walk down the stairs and go back to Nemeia. "You're going to be able to rest for a couple of days here. I will fix your ankle." After a pause, I look into my books, and as I thought, I remember a way to make muscle strands sturdier and stronger by increasing the strand count. I spend time doing that as I talk to Nemeia. "You know, I miss having your company. I'm not sure if I'm crazy or weird or both. I hope you don't get hurt anymore. But I am going to try to make it harder for that to happen either way." I take the materials and begin wrapping it around her bone like a tight layer of plating, small enough and light enough to not be discomforting, but smooth enough and strong enough to lower the risk of breaking. While looking over her body, I see a silk fabric at the end of one of my tables. While it is silly and unnecessary, I decide to make a small bow out of the silk and put her hair into a braid before continuing her ankle. The ankle is broken to the point where I need to replace the entire thing. I feel my hair move unnaturally, and I look over. I see that a lock of my hair is in her hand. I must have left her hand in a more coiled pose. I grab a pair of scissors and take a couple locks of my hair and put it in a vial with a leather necklace. My blonde hair doesn't look as pretty as her hair does, but I put the necklace around her neck and smile while holding her hand. There, now you have a piece of me too. I feel insane at the thought. I guess I'm the odd one, huh? I turn and go and pull a chair over as I feel her hand holding mine, catching me off guard. I smirk as I didn't uncoil her hand earlier. I'm being silly. Oh, I forgot to. She is sitting up on the table. Her eyes are open. My hand slips from hers and I fall. I wake up on the floor of my basement. I see that Nemeia is laying down on the metal table. I reach for a chair and get up. I roll the chair over to her and sit down. Hello? I say as I sit next to her. I place a hand on her arm. If you are alive, you can say something. You startled me earlier, but I'm not scared if that's what you're worried about. I wait for a few moments in silence before I sigh and continue with my work on her ankle. I honestly wish I could talk with you, but then again, I don't want to be weird. I don't interact with people often. I usually scare them by looking at them. Or they say I'm so cold to the touch. I can't help it. My body is very frail. My immune system is practically non-existent. Even my scratches don't heal properly. Maybe that's why I'm trying to give you everything I don't have. I feel like you deserve it, really. I move her foot around and test the roll of her ankle. No problem when I do, so I reseal her skin over it. I smile as she looks even better than she did when I first made her. Her skin looks even more lively than it did before. Her eyes seem to glisten in the light to the point where I could have sworn that they moved. My smile is a bittersweet one because I know she won't be able to stay now that she is healed. I kiss her on the forehead. I hope to see you again. I have made you, but you gave me a spark of life I didn't know I needed. My smile turns into a frown as I hear knocking up above at the door. I take a longer time than normal carrying her up the stairs. I know she is stronger now and won't break as easily. As I am carrying her up the stairs, I hear a snap in my leg and I wince. I bear through it and set her down in the chair so I can unlock the door. I limp over and open it to see Mr. Zars for a brief moment before he brushes past me, pushing me out of his way to see Nemeia. I fall to the floor, hearing another crack in my leg. I wince but pull myself up using a nearby shelf.
You took your sweet time getting her ready. What do I even pay you for?
He looks at the braid with the bow.
What the hell is this?
I thought it would look good on her.
I don't pay you to think. What is this?
He sees the vial of my hair on her necklace. He rips it off and throws it at me.
You are never working on her again, do you hear me?
He writes a check and hastily puts it on the counter. My body feels weak, but I try to reason with him and plead my case. She wants support and care. I hobble over towards the door and talk to him directly. Please, let me care for her.
She is just a doll,
he yells as he walks towards me.
Make another one for all I care.
But she isn't just a doll. Not sure if the crack came from my face when he smacked me or my leg when I fell on it, but the last thing I saw was her eyes looking at me. I can barely move. My leg feels broken in multiple ways, and I think I was injured again in the fall. My ribs on my left side feel cracked. I see the check on the counter and I take it. I am distraught and feel empty. I sit down and ponder over Nemeia. I know I can't do anything but be there for her when she breaks, and now I ruined that. I find the vial necklace with my hair in it and decide that if I can't see her, I can at least hope she receives this. I grab an envelope and paper as I limp over shards of porcelain and scraps of leather that fell from the shelf. The sound of it under my feet as I move makes my body ache. I write a letter to both Mr. Zaris Lamorne and to Lady Venier Lamorne. The letter to Mr. Zaris is a plea that he will let me see her again, encloses his last check he put on the table. To Lady Venier Lamorne, I tell her that I feel as though there is a piece missing from me when she is away, like a candle without a flame. I can't shine without her. She deserves to be cherished, and I wish I could be the one to do it. Inside her envelope, I place the vial necklace with my hair. I stamp both envelopes and place them in the mailbox outside. As I look up at the sky, it starts to rain. Alright, well that took a turn. Well, I will see you all in part 3, and until then I'm going to enjoy my little lava bath. Isabella Carn'age signing out.